We're back here on the beach. Yep, this is Verns sea fishing, and yeah, I'm fishing on my own again. But there, it's not like you can do, is there? You either fish during the week or you fish at the weekend when you can. But looking forward to today. It's been absolutely terrible. I'm not going to go into it all, but it's been big seas, really big seas. We're talking 1.2 to 1.6 metre high waves, swell, whatever you want to call it, because I'm not too really interested in what you call it being Pacific, because that's like people always educating you on the English language, isn't it, when you can only do what you can do. But today's a calm day. I'm calm. Yeah, I hold it back sometimes so that I stay calm, but yeah, I've had a fantastic drive here. We're on the Yorkshire coast. It's been a good drive. There's only been one incident where some bloke was literally on his phone, weren't even looking where he was going. Couldn't believe it. Absolutely stunned I was. But we're on the Yorkshire coast. Let's cut for the credits. I'm here at my favourite spot because that's where I like to fish, and I've got two rods. I was going to bring the Ziplexes down. Gordon, I was going to bring your Ziplex, mate, but I haven't. I'm going to go somewhere else where I ain't going to climb down a cliff, because I don't want to fall on the wet clay and damage the rods that I've just repaired and made like new. So I'm going to fish them somewhere else, mate. As you can see, Gordon, plenty of people around. Absolutely rammed it is. So all right, Jimmy, Andrew and everyone else, thank you to all my subscribers that have new ones that have subscribed and watched the channel and thought, well, it's worth a subscribe. Thank you very much. And all the old ones that have been with me all this time, and those that have forgot about me and then deleted me, thank you very much. Don't remember me, but yeah, now subscriptions have gone up. My channel isn't a channel where it flies up anymore. It used to, not anymore, but I appreciate every subscriber. And my comments, 99.9% of them I appreciate. You get the odd tool, don't you, but not very many, to be honest. But there you go. What we're gonna catch today? Well, we've got to be trying for a codlin, haven't we? There's got to be some more out there. And anything else, it'd be nice to catch some dabs with that water. You never know, there might be the odd ray. You catch them early in the air when the water's cold, there might be some there today. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we're going to catch some fish. I've got the Daiwa Kenzakis with me. 13'2", I think. Anyhow, it's Daiwa, it's blue, lovely rods. I've got squid and black lug on there on a clip down rig, and we'll be sending that out shortly. I've got to go back to basics on casting till I meet my mate Alan, who's very busy at the minute. And if everyone can go send their love to Alan, his YouTube channel called Alan's Castaways. It's a new channel. He's concentrating on casting and fishing because that's all he wants to do now. So yeah, go check him out on YouTube. You know, he's a startup channel. Be good to have some support. He's going to do a few lives, and yeah, he's a cracking bloke. He's got heart of gold, and he'll do out for you pretty much. Don't think he'll lend you any money though, but then neither would I. And also, quickly go check out on Facebook the Outcasts, fantastic Facebook group. I think you have to subscribe to them. I don't know anyhow, you'll find all that out, but Go on Facebook, Outcast. Good channel. Well, isn't it a channel on there, is it? It's a group, isn't it? Group. So yeah, it's just a couple of different ones, isn't it? Don't forget my mate Danny Shaw. Right, I'm going to get these casted out. And I'll put you over here, and then you'll see me come back and cast it out. That's out. It only went about 5-10 yards to the left, so that was quite a good one. So we'll carry on doing that. I'm going to get the markings on the floor where I keep chucking the lead in my feet, and what I'll do is I shall place it, because there's other rigs I want to use and they come unclipped when you chuck them in. So right, and for the people that care, I've got, yeah, I'll get over it. I will get over it. But sometimes you'll have something that just winds you up. But I will get over it. I'm not going to go on about it. But yeah, I was going to mention it after 29 minutes, but I'm not going to. I'll say it now. Last weekend, I was in so much pain with my hip that I've been looking on YouTube at hip problems. There's a couple of videos I've been watching. Cut a long story short, I watched it for over an hour, a couple of videos. They both said the same thing. So what I did was I started doing these exercises, and all it is a lunge and putting your one foot on your opposite leg and bending your knee down like you're in a crossed leg position on the floor, which I can't do. And instantly I had relief from the pain that I've been having for over a year and a half, 2 years. Last year the Voltarol worked and I weren't in any pain, but then this year, all of this year, it's been chronic. You can go back and look at my videos. I tell you what, when I was at the river in Bay 23, about a 40-minute video, that would please some people because it's only short. And yeah, they might, you know, but then never mind, we're going to drop that. I weren't limping in that video. So it was from then onwards, around that period. So I've been doing these exercises and now I can walk. Now I'm not saying that when I walked down this hill everything was perfect, because it was not perfect, but I just walked slow, but I wasn't in any pain. I had terrible pain in my groin. There's 3 muscles that run through your groin, and so does your sciatic nerve. And since I've been pushing my knee down with my foot on the other leg, I haven't had that pain in my groin. I've had a little bit of pain on the outside of my hip, which means you're getting a bad hip. But with my lunges, I mean, I can now walk up the stairs 1 foot in front of the other instead of going up like this. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. So yeah, I'm not collapsing so much. I can't believe it. Look, I'm walking around. There's no limp, is there? Look, I'm walking naturally. That was a stone. But yeah, so I'm chuffed to bits. That means I was beginning to worry that I wouldn't be able to do my job because things were getting so bad. Things aren't perfect still. It aches a little, but I've got no pain. And this might be a short-term thing with the exercises. That pain might push through and then come back. I don't know. But for now, it's a good place. It's a good thing. I'm not in so much pain. So I've got a house coming up that I've got to do. I've got to try and fit some fishing in. I've got some fence posts to replace. I've got to try and fit all that in, and I'm doing a house. When I normally do a house, I'm like 4 weeks on it, flat out. I've got to try and move things about. But I was so worried with my hip because after about 2 hours, 3 hours working, that's it for the day. I'm knackered. It's a bit different coming fishing. You walk there and you're sat down. It's more leisurely, but I'm chuffed to bits. So I'm going to keep doing the exercises. They're nothing major. They're just stretching exercises, to be fair. But I'm a 90% better than I was on the 15th of September, which is the last time I fished, which, funnily enough, was there. Yeah, I'm chuffed. If I walked the length of walk it is without a fishing basket and everything, I'd still be as fresh as a daisy. But because I had the basket and this heavy bag and my rods, you know, you are a little bit tired. But I shall do some exercises, stretches whilst I'm on the beach as well. And chuffed to bits, really. So not saying YouTube's a doctor. I'm just saying that the people on there were saying that, is it your hip or is it your muscles? And I've been saying for a long time that my muscles could be contracting and getting really tight. I'm 54, I don't do nothing apart from walk about. That's not an exercise. Even if you're walking a dog, it's not an exercise, is it? Because it's within your means. So started doing these and it's worked for me. So I'm chuffed to bits. I'm not advocating that it'll work for everyone, but to be honest, a few stretches should be doing something anyhow for your heart, shouldn't you? So I shall keep on with it and hopefully it'll improve and improve. But I've got that much strength in my leg now, which isn't a lot, but I can actually put my left foot forward on the next stair and lift myself up, and I haven't got to pull myself up with my arm. So that's where I was. And hopefully I'll be able to eventually get my sock on easier, because my left sock's a struggle. Don't like asking the wife, because, you know, you don't get married for someone to put your sock on or wipe your ass, do you? Not that I need that yet. You meet your missus, don't you, or girlfriend, don't you, to have fun times, don't you? Not for them to dress you. But those days come, don't they? As you get older, those days come, but it's all a shock. Anyhow, that's that. I'm good. Nothing's bothered me. I had a good drive there. This is this channel. This is, if you've tuned in, this is Verns Sea Fishing. And I'm afraid to say, I do rabble on. I do repeat myself. It's not all about fishing. It's about my fishing session here. And if I had someone fishing with me, but they don't like fishing with me anymore, I'd have them to talk to, wouldn't I? But nobody wants to talk to me, so I have to talk to you. And you lot listen and you lot comment. And I'll enjoy having a chat in the comments. But this is Verns Sea Fishing. It's not all fishing and slow-mo of bits of grass and weed and water and stones. It's my fishing session, and this, what you see, is what happens today. If I fall over and the camera's on, it'll be in it, because Tom will be laughing so much he'll have to put it in, and then he'll put it in loads of times. So this is what it is. So if you like it, you're not fed up with it, please consider subscribing. If you don't, and you think, God, he goes on and I don't like him, fair dues. You viewed the channel, it's been good for me. Thank you for the view. I'll get this baited up. Next time you see me, I'll be casting it out. See you in a bit. See, I'm walking a bit better, can't you? I'm so chuffed. It's not right. Still, when I'm pushing up on them stones and the stones give way, I can feel it, but it's not like, ah! I don't know if there's much chance of getting a ray today. I've seen rays caught at the beginning part of the year. It's like February, March time I've seen rays caught. Might get a ray today. It's only October. It's only the 1st of October. That's it, it's the 1st of October. And I'll put this in as well. It's the 1st of October and I've got 3,730 subscribers. I think I might have a couple more, but it's about that. So yeah, it's gone up. I think it's gone up with the cod video, because the last video this Wednesday that's just gone was me catching a cod, so codling. So yeah, so off that I've got a few subscribers. That's good. I'm looking forward to this. I quite like fishing on my own, to be honest. It does sometimes cause a ranty video because your mind start playing. Not that I'm tapped in the head, but I have got an active mind, and if something goes wrong here, if I've had a dry there and something's kicked off, that'll then emphasises that, and then I'll start ranting on camera. When I've got Shane with me or whoever, Tom, the wife, that don't seem to happen because I'm talking to them all the time. It just keeps you chilled out a bit. I'm not saying I don't have a rant, but not like if I'm fishing on my own. But I'm looking forward to this today. I've had a fantastic drive there, apart from one bloke, but he didn't affect me. I just couldn't believe what I saw. So yeah, leisurely drive there, got here in good time, not in pain. Not saying I won't be at the end of it, we'll see. But no dead birds on the beach either. That's a good thing. In the last video, I don't think Tom left it in there, was I asked what it was, but I had a look, and it was a northern guillemot. They're white, huge, they've got feet the size of my hand. That was dead. But yeah, no, the beach looks clean today. It's probably washed further down that way, isn't it? But yeah, so it's nice. I'm on my own. I've got lights, got my torch, my spotter torch for if anyone's sneaking about. I haven't brought my shillelagh though. That's in the bloody van. But then I don't feel as though I need it here because it's a nice beach. My wind's blowing my tips a bit, but on the rods. But that's the wind blowing them, but they're rocking around like a poker. So I might have to drop my rods down. I don't think there's any weed. There's no weed on the beach at all. So the only problem is about 2 foot of sand gone missing off the beach. So the beach isn't as steep. It's not good. So I'm fishing here so I can fish off the cliff if I need to, because I can't see where the water line was. I think it's just behind me. Anyhow, I'm going to have a sandwich. I've got salmon paste. I never asked for any cucumber or tomato put in it. I bet she ain't. And I've got cheese and sandwich spread. Pack the crisps. So I'm going to have something to eat now, because all I've had today is 2 bits of toast and some soup, and I had to get the soup myself because the wife was far too busy to cook dinner for herself and for me. So I just get hungry. So all I've got is these sandwiches, and the wife's having pizza and chips tonight, I reckon. So she'll have loads to eat and I'll have very little, and then we'll go through Sunday. We'll not get no dinner Sunday either. So I'll starve Sunday until it's tea time, and then we'll have tea at 7, and then I'll be lying there with bellyache because we don't eat often enough. In summertime, my wife's like a camel. She don't drink any water, and I get so thirsty because she never goes to get a drink. and the rest of the time, which is 12 months a year, we just starve all the time, which you wouldn't believe at the size of my stomach. Because then when she's in bed, I'm then there in the cupboard eating all the time because I'm still hungry. But joking aside, I'll bring you back in a minute. Hopefully we'll have a bite on these rods. So I've just dropped the rods down because of the wind. You might not be able to hear it much. Well, you should do, but it's a bit gusty. Up the top on the cliff, it's blowing all the time. So this cliff is giving me a lot of shelter. But you'll feel it whip round and whiz round, and you can see it blowing on the water in places as well. Flat calm sea though. Mind you, could it be slight? I don't know. Could be slight, could be flat calm. I call it flat calm because it's calm. I couldn't give a damn what it is really, to be honest, apart from the fact of when it's like this, I seem to catch. And the last two times that I've been here, it has been a bit tidy, if you know what I mean. Pulling left to right or right to left. And well, could be weed because it's still first chuck, so it could be weed. Could be weed. Could be a fish on it. Very hard to see. I've dropped the rods down because the wind was blowing on the rod tips and they were moving about a little bit. Might have to reel that left-hand rod in. Let's see if there's any weed on it. In fact, we'll do it now. But look what I've found. It's only a bit of glass, but I think they're all pretty when they're been frosted over by the sand and the water, and there's no sharp edges. It's lovely, I think. We've got green ones. Don't think I've got a blue one yet, but always pick it up. I think it's just the wind. I'll reel it in a minute. I ain't gonna do it right now. Yeah, all the codling that I've caught of good size, well, the last codling video and that one that I caught in the river, it was all flat calm. You know, people say that oh, that looks bassy, that looks coddy, but when it's like this, we seem to catch quite a few. So I'm hoping tonight that we will. Plenty of colour in the water. We're going into darkness. High tide is at 9 o'clock. I haven't mentioned that yet, but high tide is at 9. I think it's a 5-6, I'm not sure. Somewhere around there anyhow. So hopefully, all hopes, we'll get a fish. Ain't bothered what it is, any fish will do. Just do another blank. In the last video you've seen, I blanked. That was only 8 days after I caught the codling, and nice conditions, reasonable conditions. Didn't catch a bloody thing, did I? That's fishing. Before you say it, that's fishing. It's not called catching. Yeah, so there's a chap right down there, look. You'll not see him. Just take it from me, there is someone else down there. He's not close enough to have a chat and share a sandwiches, is he? So I might go hungry. I might end up talking a lot to you lot, which will, with no fish, might upset some people, but I couldn't care less. Right, and my hip. Van Dabby Doozy. That's what that is. Might need some gloves soon. My daughter has Raynaud's, which is extremities. It affects her hands more than anything, but she does feel the cold. But then she is a girl. And I've never suffered with Raynaud's as such, but I do get cold hands. But I'll tend to get one finger that'll go numb, and for whatever reason, and it just goes totally numb. So I think she's inherited that from me, to be honest. I did try, I was looking at a snood to go around my neck. I have got one in the van. I did mean to put it in my bag, but I didn't, because there's nothing worse than having the wind blow round your neck at 54, I'll tell you. And the problem with that is, it makes you bloody cold. You're like, ugh. So yeah, forgot to order another snood, because the snood that I've got in the van has got a hat on it. Sometimes that's a bit much, and you feel it at the back of your neck when you pull it down round your neck. But it goes around your neck and shoulders, so you can tuck it in, and you're roasty. So tomorrow or tonight, when I get home at gone midnight, probably 1 o'clock, I'd say midnight, I shall go on Amazon, I shall order a snood. That's smooth. Bloody hell, getting wasted down there. Smooth hands, I should be at home with the wife, shouldn't I? All the times they've been rough. No, bloody as smooth as anything. Cut my thumb yesterday as well. Knife went straight into my thumb, cutting the end off a bit of silicone tube, the nozzle. What a numpty. And then I stabbed my finger on some gripper, so I had blood everywhere. So I was gaffer taped up while I was working yesterday. Anyhow, I shall bring you back in a bit when I've got something to show. Well, there's a little bit of weed on that. I'll show you it. And a little bit down the bottom as well. So I'll get this cleared off and get it cast out again. See you in a bit. Look how good I'm walking. Totally different in it how I'm walking now. Well, that went slightly left. I had to put it down on the floor because I had a breakaway imp on it, because I like using breakaway imps. So I've marked where I put my first cast, where I flopped it down, put it back there. I've got to be able to put my weight down on the floor and cast. That's what I've done. Went out further than the first cast. It was okay. I'm out fishing at a good distance. Not as far as I used to cast, but like I say, this wind's blowing over the top of me and it's swirling around. So look, we've got the wind blowing this way towards you, the camera, and out there we've got the wind blowing further out. So these cliffs, even though the wind blows above, because it's blowing really strong, or quite strong, yeah, it's swirling about. If it was just a 5 or 8 mile an hour wind, if it was a 5 or 8 mile an hour wind, wouldn't be so bad, would it? But it ain't. Must be blowing about, well, I reckon it must have been about 25 to 28 mile an hour gusts. So that's down low. I like the handle to hit the ground, because then the rod stays the right way round. But it's a lot lower. But there is weed out there, only a little bit. It's red weed, don't mind that. Better get this left hand, this right hand rod reeled in. But I haven't got anything baited up for it. I better get another rig out as well and save time. Let's get this. Must have some weed on this, it's quite heavy. Unless I've got a ray. Right, if there's loads of weed on this, I'm not going to cast it in close. Weed. Let's show you this. This is close in, and we've got, yeah, plastic bags as well. That's a plastic bag. Baits are stripped, as I thought. There's crabs out there, but we've been good all year. That does make you wonder, doesn't it? If there's crabs out there, there's probably no fish out there. And I had crabs the last 2 times, even though I caught that codlin, so it does make you wonder. If there's fishing there all summer, or fishing along this coast all summer, never had a crab. No baits were stripped. We either caught or we didn't. There's always bait on the hook though, so I'll get this sorted out, baited up, and you'll see me cast it out. It is nice. It's lovely and quiet. Look how rough the sea is. Well, I elasticated that bait on them, 2 bait holder hooks. Elasticated the bait on. Hopefully it's gone out all right. I did see something fall in the water, but that could have just been part of the prawn, to be honest. So we'll see what happened. Shan't leave that out too long, that one. Shouldn't leave it out too long. There is weed there, so what I need to do is to bring this, probably the flapper rig in. I'll bait up this rig down there, the cod rig. I'll bait that up for a bait, bring that flapper rig in, because if there's going to be a rig out there with nothing on it, it'll be that one, and then we'll chuck out at distance as far as we can go. But yeah, that cast felt better. Weren't right, well, never will be right, will it? But I reckon my right arm's still collapsing, but it don't matter, it don't matter. That went straight, so that's now one cast 5 to 10 yards to the left, which is nothing, and that one went straight. So oh, there's got to be something here tonight, and he hasn't pulled in anything down there, but then he is a long way away, so I probably hadn't even seen it. I do keep looking. And yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit. Well, the wind seems to have, the wind gusts have died down. I've got to get these things right. The gustiness in the wind has died down a bit. To be honest, I can't feel anything now, so it's still blowing on the water, I can see it, but here it seems to have stopped. I've just baited up squid and carp wing for the next bait. It's crap carp, it's what I bought a year ago. It's never been out of the freezer, but it is crap. I shan't say where I got it from, but it's crap. It weren't south of the river. I haven't seen the rods go. Soon there won't be any bait on the hook, so I'll have to go and have a look at them. I'm going to have to move back in a bit. I shall move right up to the top Well, I think it's time to get the head torch out. Well, it's dark now. It's so peaceful on there. The wind has died down. I'm closer to the cliff now, so it's protecting me a bit more. I can still feel the wind. It's still getting vortexed around because of these cliffs. If there's not much wind, you don't feel it when you're behind the cliffs, but like I say, when I turned up it was blowing a gale and I thought it would be terrible down there, but it's been brilliant. It's so calm. Sunset. It must have set by now. There's still light in the sky, but it's just so peaceful. So peaceful. Yeah, I thought that was a bit bright. But I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it's really peaceful. You just hear the water lapping on the beach. Rods are static. My left hand rod has swung round to the right and has gone over the right hand rod, because the left hand rod I did cast it out quite a good distance. You're not going to get big distance today though, especially in the dark now. I haven't fished since the 15th of September. It's now the 1st of October. I've done some practicing in the garden with a rod butt and that's been it. I've got to set up now to go on a field. I shan't be casting far on the field. It's just basically going to be to sort my technique out, or to get my technique as best as I can till I meet up with Alan. And hopefully he'll hit me a few times with a stick and I'll cast good. But it's not all about casting, is it? It's about being there, really. On nights like tonight, I mean, you can hear that water, surely. It's not cold. The wind has dropped, and yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Eh? Absolutely beautiful. Well, I hope you've heard some of this water and the tranquility of where I am tonight. For those that can't go out fishing, I hope Tom ain't played no music over this bit. If you can just it's fantastic. So for those people that can't get out, that watch my videos and appreciate my videos, like many do, apart from the odd one, yeah, I hope you like this little segment. Absolutely beautiful. Will we catch tonight? Well, it's not looking good, is it? Would have normally pulled one out by now. But I hate to say it, but it is this sort of dodgy time of the year. But it's always good to have an excuse being a fisherman, isn't it? You know, if I could cast further, if I had fresh lugworm, or better frozen lugworm, let's say, than what I got, perhaps it'd be different. Might have pulled one in, mightn't we? Weed didn't help them. I've got weed on the left-hand rod. If it gets too weedy, I will not put a rod away. I'll bait it up with a flapper on, ready for when the rod that I'm fishing comes in with no weed on. Then I'll chuck it out. Does happen to have a bit of a thing going on these beaches where so far into the tide the weed drops out. So but yeah, we'll see in a bit. Got weed on there. Fish or a weed? I'd say weed. All tangled up there. Got myself a fish. Dogs are back. Right. I have got line everywhere. I'm in a right pickle there. Get this off. Fish is more important. Oh dear. I don't know what that is. Blood. Where's it got it? Where's it got it? Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, we'll get that out. Just like that. In you go. Have a breather, mate. So we caught that on squid head. The prawn come off. Well, there's still a bit on there. So that's why this rig was so far to the other side. No weed, so we'll carry on fishing 2 baits. We've got another rig. Let's get this chucked out. Put the pliers there. And the line is everywhere. What a beautiful coloured fish. One dogfish. There you are. Absolutely beautiful in dark and colour. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Let's go get that put back, shall we? One more look. Dogfish. And I think he swam away. Yeah. Unbelievable, straight away. No, he isn't. There he is. See, you have to watch him, you know. Right. You have to watch them. They're buggers. I could have gone away then. He's coming back again, look. It's not as if he can't swim. Right, he's going. He's going now. What a plonker. You see, dogfish have a habit of coming back. And he ended up down there where my light is. So I picked him up and I threw him out. I didn't helicopter him, but I got him out in some water and he then swam straight back to me. I reckon he's missing me. Such a dark fish as well. You could rarely miss that on the beach. Yeah, he has gone. And that's why you have to take your time and make sure they go back. Now I'll sort my line out on this rod now, put the other rig on, cast out. Yeah, if I catch dogfish or not, I'm happy. Right, that's the blank gone. I am chuffed to bits, no blank for Vern. So we had 3 blanks. We caught a codlin, we had a blank, and we've caught a fish. So let's see if we can get another one. The wind's dropped off. It'll be great if we catch a few fish. I'll sort this rod out now. My line's all over the beach. I'll get that sorted. Cast out. You'll see me cast out. But in between that, I'll check that that dogfish is gone again. See you in a bit. Well, let's hope that's gone all right. Certainly gone out there. So it's hard work nighttime fishing. It's been so used to summer fishing that now fishing in the dark with lights and everything, I ain't got the setup because I got so far to walk, you see. But I need to get my coat on so you can see me because it's fluorescent. Well, dogfish. It was hooked in the bottom lip. It came out okay. I used my pliers so I weren't struggling. There's a bit of blood in the water, obviously from where it went in its lip, but that'll congeal when it's out there in that salt water. I'm going to go check that it's gone. I'm going to take my torch with me actually, and yeah. Ooh, round my feet. Yeah, well, I can't see it. Nothing worse than a poor dogfish washed up on the shore, in my opinion. Some people don't care. I do. I think that's just seaweed down there. Yeah. Brilliant. Well, that's that then. Yeah. Nice dogfish. Get this torch. Turn it off. Go back to my box. Let's have another coffee, shall we? Oh. Yeah. Like I say, I'm in no pain with my. I'm in no pain with my hip. Not pain what I would say I was in before. It just aches a little now. That's all. This thumb is stinging where I cut it. Right, I better get that rig sorted out so I can bring the next one in and chuck it out again. If there's fish about, I want to catch them, don't I? Have I got anything? Yeah, I have, yeah. What have I got? Got ourselves a whiting. Let's get this shown. Let's get it put back. One whiting. Little whiting, cod her about. Hip's getting a bit tired now, but I'm okay. It's just getting stiff. Right, let's turn that down for a start. Right, so let's get off my line. One whiting, dogfish, and one pin whiting. So that's all good. That's fish, isn't it? So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get this baited up and everything, and get it in, check my line, put the rig on and cast out again. So that's a dogfish and a whiting. No fluke tonight. Weed on the line. The weed has dropped off a bit now, to be honest. Not so much weed as there was. It's not good though. Got on. Bit of weed on that. Right, where's that weight? Right, there it's fell then. Yeah, my hip is getting stiff at the minute. I guess it's because I've been up on it quite a while. That's a good chuck for the dark. You can see that. I got a bit worried to start with because it started whizzing off. I thought, oh my god. But yeah, back to basics with my casting, and yeah, it's not so bad. I ain't really trying putting anything in. I'm just putting it down and just doing what I was told in the original days. Forgot all the bits I've tried to put in to try and make it better, but there's only one person that knows how to cast out of me and Alan, and that's Alan. So you have to listen, do as you're told. So yeah, I walked into it, but I've got to do that. I've got breakaway imps on, but I put it down. I made sure that the weight went all the way to my right and hit it. The hitting part will get better when I get on that field and do some practice. And that's about it, really. Not a lot else. Not a lot else I can say. Not a lot else I can say. But it's gone out. You saw it on the spill, and I bet you it's gone out straight. Right chuffed. 2 fish, and I would say the prawn fell off that bait. I'd say the prawn fell off that whiting. Well, off what I just caught that whiting on. That would have been caught on the squid head. So I'll get that baited up again, and what we'll do is we'll get that ready to throw out. The weed has died off of quite a lot. There isn't so much weed there now. There is still weed there, and but you have to put up with that. But yeah, brilliant. If I don't catch another fish, that'll do. So peaceful there. I don't know whether Tom, don't put any music over this bit again, but you can hear the water. The wind has died down. It keeps gusting every now and then, but before it was gusting all the time. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Where else would you want to be than here? Wouldn't want to be at Hornsey. The trouble is, because I'm filming, talking to the camera and stuff, and I've got a light shining in my eye so I can't see the tips. I know what I can do though. I can turn that light up, shine it on the tips. Yeah, I'm not seeing the rods. That's the problem. But you have to take the rough with the smooth when you're filming and fishing. Daylight, it's easy, you know, it's all right. Still got jobs to do, and if you was a proper fisherman, changing your baits regular and everything, it'd be different. But when you're filming and fishing, yeah, I'm not watching my rods properly. I can't watch the rods now because if I turn this light on, you won't see, and then you'll get some plum that has to say, oh, you're dazzling me. But you know, what do you do? I can only film. It's not as if I've got someone to hold the camera for me and be my film person, is it? I do it myself. It's hard work. You wouldn't have seen a bite on that little tiny whiting anyhow. It was only a little pin whiting. The hook went in its bottom of its mouth, and when I pulled it out, I had to check and make sure it weren't a codlin, but it weren't a codlin, it was a whiting. You can always tell because the skin is not mottled, it's just sort of like silvery green, silvery. I don't want to get that colour wrong because someone might say, well, it's not silvery green, it's silvery brown. But no, they're very pretty fish, whiting. Very smooth, clean looking fish. And that one was a right wriggler. I dropped him 3 or 4 times. There was no way he weren't going back. Chucked him in, he was gone. It's not on the shore. It's not been washed up. That dogfish was a bugger. Got washed straight up to the left of me. And it was so black. Lucky he was seen, but because I stand there looking all the time, I saw him and pointed him out. Never chuck them so they spin, because they've got cartilage in their backbone, and it don't do them any good. When you do that, the bit that you're holding on the tail, it can snap. So you get it behind its flappy fins on the side, behind its head, and give it a chuck out. And then he swam back in again. And then he swam out, and then the water took him out and he was away. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's been good. Absolutely beautiful here. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it's absolutely beautiful here. Right, here's a tip for you. Whenever you got a fishing top, which is a fishing top, pull off a couple of bits of kitchen roll, shove it in the pocket. Your fishing coat, put some kitchen roll in the pocket. Any fleece you have that's been washed, put some kitchen roll in the pocket. Because I guarantee you, every time you come out of the van and you come down to the beach with all your gear, you go in your pocket on your trousers and you think, oh, I ain't putting no kitchen roll in to blow your nose. Because I ain't one of these that like snorting shit everywhere. I like to blow my nose in a bit of paper. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And then when you then realise, oh damn, I ain't brought any kitchen roll, you go, ah, it's in me pocket from last time. So that's what I do. Good tip for you. There's nothing worse than having a runny nose. It's not good to blow it everywhere. Blow it into a hanky. Kill them germs. Right, I'll bring you back after a short while. I'm going to have a coffee. I'm going to watch these rod tips and do a bit of fishing, because I don't get a lot of fishing done. It's all fishing and, well, it is fishing, but it's filming as well. So I'm going to do a little bit of fishing now. Hopefully see a bite, and I shall bring you back after I've had a coffee, done a bit of that, and I'll bait that rig up. See you in a bit. Nothing on that. Someone has had a go at it. Don't think it's crabs. Like I say, it lifted up. The rod was bent over and it came up dead straight. Normally when that happens, you normally got a flounder or something like that on it, but there's nothing on it. But the bait's been half, well, there's about a quarter of the bait left. But it's still attached around the hook of the eye, the hook. So I'll get the next bait on, we'll get chucked down. Get this weed off. I've spoke to the wife, she's all right. She's had visitors. Rig now. I might just chuck this out short, see what's out there, because I don't think the weed's there now. Well, it's been a good evening really, to be honest. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it's quite nice here today. It's nice being on your own. You can take it all in, all the quietness. And yeah, if it was windy or something like that, one extreme weather condition, wouldn't be so good. It'd be better to have someone with you, but on a night like tonight when it's still calm, yeah, it's fantastic. Got to get up that cliff yet though, but I've got lights, got a torch. I'm going to walk the shoreline, check that whiting ain't come up. If it has, I expect it'll be dead now, but it hadn't, and I did check again afterwards and it weren't there. So what we got? We've got a 2-hook flapper with bait holder hook, size 1, size 1, I think they're about size 1, out there. And we've got squid and carp wrap out there, carp wing. So that's what we're fishing at the minute. I'm now going to make a bait up for that pulley pennel rig or cod rig, whatever it is. It's one or the other. I don't think I'm fishing them. Probably nice, there's a few fish about, wouldn't it? Weed seems to have died off a bit now. It's not like it was at the start. I thought I was going to have to put my coat on earlier, but I know you can see me better with a coat on, but I feel quite comfortable. I'll probably regret it when I watch the video because I'll be all black and dark, but I suppose I could take this top off and put my coat on, couldn't I? Might do that actually. Right, I'll be back in a bit after I baited that rig up and see what I do about my top. See you in a bit. Right, we just had 2 bites on this rod, but I've had to set all the lights up in the camera. So whether it's still on there or not, I don't know. No matter how much I think they're into bed on it. 1 whiting. Quite a good size whiting as well. But yeah, 1 whiting. That was a good bite. Let's get that back. Brilliant. Another whiting. And that was a bigger one as well, so all good. Well, my hands are all slimy. No point taking it all the way up there when it's a whiting. You want to unhook it and get it in the water as quick as possible. Worst case scenario is you put it in a bucket. But it's back. That's 2 whiting, 1 dogfish. I'm going to get this rebaited up. I might chuck the flapper out again. Load of weed at the top. I had to walk back with the rod. Once the lead knot hit the eye, I had to walk back. I didn't want the fish coming off. See you in a bit. Well, little chuck out. That's where the fish are. That's where I'm putting it. So on that one, I've got squid on the top hook, prawn on the bottom. I'll give it 5 minutes and I'll reel the big bait in. I've got another one ready to go out, and then I'll bait that up. It goes on and on and on. You never stop. You reel in, you bait up. You cast out, you bait up. You reel in, you bait up. It's just on the go all the time. Then I got the camera. Saw that bite. No, all fish have gone back tonight. None have washed up on the beach, and what have washed up have gone back. Both white and went back straight away. You know, sometimes what's the point of you might as well, if you've got a whiten, you might as well just pull it just out of the water, put your rod on the rest, grab your camera, go down to it and get it out. Worst case scenario is you then just bring it all up and put it in your bucket, don't you? Gives it more of a chance. But you do get the whiten that, you know, they're a bit like sheep. They just lose the will to live. The whiten that spring about a bit and flip and flop and fall out your hand, they're the ones that tend to have a bit more life in it, and they don't want to die. They go back. Right. I shall be back in a bit. I'm gonna sit down and have a drink of water. I haven't got any rigs to bait up, and then I should bring it back. I'm going to watch these rods. I want to do some fishing, which means I have to sit on my box and watch my rods, believe it or not. I ain't got anyone to talk to because I'm fishing on my own, because nobody likes fishing with me anymore. So what I can do is, after talking to you, I can just sit down and fish. So I'll see you in a bit. Crabs have got that. Right, let's get this baited up. Right, bait elastic, put the crab on it. Hey, that's elastic. Well, see what happens with that. Put squid on the other bit. God's sake! I don't want to stop there longer than I should, because I might just start getting short-tempered. There you go. Crab and squid. Still walking better, isn't it? Certainly doing me some good doing the exercise. Right, so we've got the rod with the flapper rig on has got crab on the top hook, squid on the bottom hook. It's just a chuck out, and the other rod has got an off the ground cast, and that's got squid and carp on it. I've got another pennel rig baited up with a full squid. That'll be the last cast on that right hand rod when I bring the squid and carp in. I'll then put that rig away, and I may not have one more cast on the flapper rig, and then that'll be it. I've had an absolute cracking time on this beach. It's been a beautiful day. It's still lovely now. I don't really need this coat on. I could just have a my hoodie on, but you can see me better in the coat. So I shall go sit on my box and watch these rods and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get another bite. It is on the ebb now. Sometimes I catch on the ebb. Normally I catch on the ebb all the time, but hopefully we'll get another one. If not, we've had 3 fish, so it hasn't been a blank. And we've had a small pin whiting, a whiting to about 36 centimetres, I reckon. Good sized whiting, really. And that beautiful dogfish, I mean, that was really dark coloured dogfish. Checked its nasal flaps because I thought, is that a husk? Because it was so dark, but it wasn't. Yeah, so anyhow, briefly, I was having a duck fit today at them because I kept looking at our gas and electric meter and it was going up and going up. And I went in the shower, it was on £6.98. I went in the shower, I was in there 5 minutes, I couldn't get out quick enough. £7, I don't know, £7.98, something like that. It'd gone up nearly a quid or just over a quid. I was having a duck fit. This was at like dinner. I was thinking our gas and electric today is going to be about 14, 18 quid, something like that. Saying to the wife, we ain't going to be able to afford this. Anyhow, I was having a duck fit. I was upstairs thinking, what can I turn off? I know I'll turn my clock radio off for me alarm and get a ringer alarm that you wind up. And then the wife shouts up to me, you've got it on kilowatts. It's £3.58 the money was. Well, the relief that come over me was I can't explain. But yeah, so I've been flicking around seeing how much the toaster costs to use, how much the kettle costs to use, because we have a gas kettle on the hob. And when she shouted up it was £3.58 and you'd got it on kilowatts, you idiot, I felt relieved. I felt happy to be an idiot. So yeah, there you go. She'll bring you back when I reel these in, and see you in a bit. There's still bait on them hooks, so it was still fishing, but flapper rig is going away now. This is the last. Yeah, it's still fishing, that's the main thing. Right, so we've got on air squid and crab on a clip down. So we're going to get that chucked out now. And what we'll do is that was alright, let me go. The line is here, but it's the tide, because it's going out, it's pulling from right to left now, and it is dragging it to the left. But now I'm happy with that. That probably went 10 yards to the left, which is better than bloody 40. I'm in the dark. It's totally anti-casting and anti-everything, really. But I thumbed the spool as well to make sure it didn't. But yeah, I'm straight out from the rod. I walked to the right, cast it out, and the line is straight out from the rod. So that was the last cast. That is squid and crab. Whole crab, half a squid, on top, rolled up, elasticated, and on the hooks. Let's hope we get another bite, and this time if we get a bite it gets hooked. I can't believe that line was on the beach. I looked at the rod and the rod was dead straight, and I thought, what on earth's going on? And I looked at the line and it was looped down onto the beach. So whatever had that picked it up, munched on it and swam towards me perhaps and let go of it. Didn't even get hooked. Not that I've already mentioned it, but there you go. So we'll see what happened. We'll give it 5-10 minutes, quarter an hour, and then I'll get these reeled in, finish this video off. It's going to be longer than 29 minutes, so I'm ever so sorry. Got a bloody slack line. Nothing on it. Slack line on the beach though. Someone's hit that. Look at that. Someone's hit that. I had a slack line. How did that miss them hooks? Squid and prawn. Of course, do I bait that up and have another go? I'm gonna put this away, weren't I? Got a slack line. That must have happened when I was casting out. Right, well, that's a bugger, innit? Well, it's nice to get one. I mean, the line was on the beach. That's the thing. The line was on the beach. And you saw the bait absolutely mashed. How did that miss the hooks? Brand new hooks as well. not been touched. It's not been touched at all. Look. See? It's twisted up on that. But if something had bit it, it would have still got hold of it. It's twisting around now. Probably did that because none of these wires have released. So I can feel it bouncing along the seabed all the way in. So it's probably twisted it up coming in. But one good thing is the bait's come back the same as it went out. Look how good I did a job on that. 2 hooks, proud, nice and straight. Good for a cast. But nothing's munched on it like that last one. Never mind. Could probably, to be honest, chuck that out. Well, I could chuck it out again, but you've got to know when to call it quits. Right. Shame, really. I'm not going to mention that slack line, but oh, I wonder what it was. See, that's the thing, isn't it? It was on the beach, the bait was absolutely munched away, the rig was tied up. Also, I'll tell you something else, the line, it had tied a knot around the top. It's the rig that's out still. It was all tied up in a knot, so someone had bashed it and boom boom, probably slightly hooked itself in the mouth and ripped it out probably. And that's like a coddy sort of thing, isn't it? I've had that before, because you can easily tear a hole in the mouth if you reel in too quick. Never mind, it's been good. We've still got 1 bait left out there to hopefully catch. I've had 3 fish, 2 whiting and a lovely dogfish, and that missed bite. What was it? I'll never know. Right, this is the last reel-in. Still getting more gutted by the second about that that line, slack line. It was on the beach, literally on the beach. It was huge. There's nothing on there, I can't feel anything on it. I've got it under tension in my hand, but let's get it reeled in. have it. The bait's kinked a bit because of that top hook. Always struggle with that. But still got bait on it. Still got 2 hook points showing. And so it was still fishing, wasn't it? But nothing there. So there you have it. This has been Verns Sea fishing on the Yorkshire coast again. We've had a really pretty dark skinned dogfish. We've had a pin whiting and a whiting to about this size, which was a good size really. So we've had 2 whiting, 1 dogfish, and that slack line that I missed. I don't think I missed it, I just think the fish was that clever. It bit the bait in half, stripped the bait and moved it all. And on top of that, it also tied the rig up in a knot round the swivel, which I noticed when I was baiting up. So whatever that fish was, I don't normally go on about slack lines, but that was something. And with filming and stuff, you don't see the bite, do you? If I was close to the rod and I was like Tony from, you know, God almighty, what's the matter with my brain? Tony would have struck into that like a ninja, but I never saw it, so it didn't happen. Sometimes when you're filming, you have to rely on sharp hook points, and I'm always replacing my hooks, sharpening them as well. If they go rusty a bit, I'll change them. If not, I sharpen them up, and they're always sharp. So that's what I rely on. But there, it's been a great day. It's been beautiful weather. It's beautiful weather now. The wind's gone, totally gone, and it's been absolutely fantastic on this beach. The water hasn't been too noisy. It's just been nice listening to it. It's like a water feature. I've seen 3 shooting stars, 1 really big and 2 zooming across, so that's been good. Sky is totally clear, so I've been looking at the stars. It's just been a fantastic night. Thank you for all of you that have got this far. I know some of you only make it to 29 minutes and like making a point of it, but never mind, we're bigger than that. So thank you if you've got this far. If you do enjoy it and you don't think I'm too bad, think about subscribing. If you don't subscribe, thank you for the view anyhow. So don't forget to check out my mate Caster Tackle for all your weights and all your fishing equipment, apart from rods and reels and line. But everything else he sells. Ring him up and have a chat with him. Yeah, so this has been it. It's not been a blank. I've really enjoyed myself. I can't emphasise that how much I've enjoyed myself tonight. And next time you see me, it will be on a beach. Yeah, it will be on a beach. I might even have different fishing rods. But you might see me at the river, because I might get a crafty session in midweek, late at night. It all depends on tides. I don't think the tides are right, so you probably will see me on the beach next time. And thank you very much. And remember, I'll see you anon. Afternoon. Welcome to Verns Sea Fishing. God, it feels so unnatural smiling. We'll cut all that rubbish.